Hello, my darlings. Zinky here. Just wanted to make a quick video on Inktober, because I've been mentioning it, I've been talking about it a little bit on social media. Not really told anyone what I'm doing officially, apart from the people involved. So this year's Inktober, once again ignoring the prompts, because I always do. And I'm doing a steampunk theme. The main idea for my steampunk theme is, well, some of you may have seen, I attended the weekend at the asylum at the end of August this year. And really shouldn't have done a video while trying to talk and draw at the same time. So hopefully you'll bear with me if I go a bit quiet every now and again, then you lose my train of thought. But yeah, so I attend the asylum every year, and I hope it's a steampunk festival, so everyone is in the most amazing clothes, and there's someone described it as just this magical wonderland. Basically it's what it is. And I've always thought, God, I want to draw these people, they look really cool, but just the asylum's so busy, you just do not have time to sit down and draw, because you want to go to the next event or this, that and the other. I mean, you can take time out and sit down and watch people go by. That's one of my favourite things about the event, but people go by you so quickly, it's so crowded, you just do not have time to draw anyone. I've tried, it didn't go well. I've always wanted to draw some of these costumes, and I kept telling myself I would, and then just not doing it. This year I'm doing it for my Inktober, which is not really sure what I've signed up for. So what I've done is, obviously everyone takes pictures at the asylum, apart from me, because it's again, like, it's really rushed and I don't have time. So I went on the asylum pages and the Lincoln Steampunk page and went, hey guys, you want to join in with this thing I'm doing? It's going to be cool, and can I have pictures of you? Which probably sounds a bit creepy from a stranger on the internet, but regardless. And possibly against a bit of judgment, a bunch of these people went, sure, why not? What's going to happen? Here's a picture of me. And then they tell me a little bit about themselves and who their character was. So the post-apocalyptic, maybe the diesel punk, where they've got a fly-catching character, or they're an airship captain, things like that. How long they've been going to the asylum. So I've got all these photos, I've got all these stories, and I'm going to draw them all, and then write a little note on the back saying who this person is, what they do, who the character is, blah blah blah, So I'm going to do that for 31 days. Wish me luck. But hopefully by the end of it, I will have a picture that I can show with, not a picture, an album, basically a portfolio of them all I can show everyone. And there's an art exhibition at the asylum, and I remember someone who was running a workshop saying that they needed more submissions for the 2D art, so hopefully I can submit that, and that'd be really nice. So it's kind of a collaboration, because I need these people to obviously send me their pictures and tell me about themselves and give me ideas. I think in a way I cheated a little bit, because I don't actually have to think of what to draw. They're giving me a character and a really strong face, and then I have to just think of like a scenario to draw them in, things like that. So hopefully you actually follow that, you actually understand what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm really terrible at explaining myself. But yeah, basically drawing a bunch of steampunks, and they're all really lovely people, and yeah, a lot of people have emailed me. I haven't counted who I've got yet. I think I'll update my list, might publish that somewhere. I'm not sure if I'm going to film for Inktober. I'd like to. That would be 31 videos, and I've got, other stuff to do, so editing takes me ages because I'm really bad at editing. So I might try and draw, or do a couple of videos, maybe. But I did mean to film my 2015 Inktober sketchbook, so maybe I'll do that if I just do not have time. Let's see. I think I covered everything. So if you want to follow, just follow my Instagram, which is MissInkyPunk, or I'll be posting on my Facebook page, which is MissInkyPunk Art. And then if you are a steampunk who's part of this, follow me there, or if you don't want to follow me, I will post them in the Asylum page and in the Lincoln Steampunk Society page at the end of October. I might contact the people and painting as they do them. I might leave it as a surprise. I haven't quite decided yet. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how busy I am. Okay, what's next? Yeah, I think that's everything to do with my project. I'm currently drawing myself because I just needed a subject to draw. So I'm drawing myself in a kind of casual steampunk outfit with a dip pen. And I thought while I was here, I'd dress some stuff that keeps coming up. It seems to be quite bad this year, just the rules of Inktober. Because they come up every year because there's just a bunch of people who they've heard about it, they hear about it like on the internet, on Tumblr, around DeviantArt, people are taking part on Instagram, and these people see it and they don't quite know what it is because obviously no one's going to link to the official page now every time they post an Inktober picture. So not everyone knows the rules, so they're all asking questions like, can I do this, can I do that? I don't know where to start. How can I take part? And I thought I'd address them because some really weird rules keep coming up. There are actually rules, and there's a little bit, I don't want to call it drama, there's a little bit of controversy, I suppose. It was that kind of, it's kind of a non-issue. Some people took it upon themselves to get offended anyway, because, well, that's just how the internet is, isn't it? So, just to start off, the rules of Inktober are, and there are only 4, make a drawing in ink, post it online, hashtag it, #Inktober, or Inktober 2017, and repeat every day of Inktober. So, Inktober is 31 ink drawings in October. That's it. You don't have to do 31. Some people just don't have time. Some people do it once a week. Some people just do what they can when they can. No one's going to ban you from Inktober if you don't do enough. You don't have to finish it. I do recommend that you try, because it's a really good project to take part in. Just any daily drawing challenge is really good to take part in because it forces you to build up your momentum, and you get more mileage as an artist, and you will improve. Because that's the only way you can get better at art, is just drawing constantly. Even if it's terrible, just draw. Because trust me, especially with challenges like Inktober, there are just days where you do not want to draw, and if you do draw, it comes out terrible, and you just have to keep going. No complaints, just keep going. So, I thought I'd answer some of the questions. I'm not an authority in this. I'm not Jake Parker himself, who is the creator of Inktober. But I'm just fed up of people bickering over it, and I'm going to answer these questions right now. So, one question I see a lot is, do I have to follow the prompts to take part? No. The prompts are there, one just as a kind of community thing to join in with, which is, what Inktober is. But no, you do not have to follow the prompts to take part. A lot of people come up with their own prompts. Some people just wing it. There are other artists who are making prompts that you can follow. So if you don't like Jay Parker's, you do not have to follow them. I never do because I don't find them helpful because a lot of people do one-word challenges, so he puts things like Swift or robot or underwater, and I just look at it and think, no. Can't think of anything to draw in ink that would be underwater or Swift. I mean, you probably could come up with something. I'm sure people listening to me and thinking, well, that's easy, I'll just draw this. In that case, great. You draw that. But it's just not my thing. I did see one list I kind of wanted to join in with, and it was fantasy creatures. And those I can do. And I was really sad because I'd already picked out this steampunk project, so I can't take part in that. But I have to, if you've seen my previous Inktober from last year, I did draw quite a few fantasy creatures, so I could tick off a few of those on that list, so I'm not too sad. Because, I mean, if you might remember my cyborg werewolf and the mermaid and things like that. Okay, so next question. Can I use a pencil sketch underneath my drawings? There seems to be a bunch of people going around saying, oh, you can't do that, you have to draw in ink, and only ink. And to those people I say, mind your own business. Jake Parker, who, as I've said, is the creator of Inktober, uses pencil bases like I've done here. So feel free. There's nothing stopping you, you don't have to draw exclusively in ink. It might be a good idea, it's a fun challenge if you want to, because I have to say, I mean I still do it now, but I went through a phase a few years ago where I drew my sketches in my sketchbook exclusively in ballpoint pen. And what that helps with is kind of what Jay Parker's spoken about with his project, is it leaves a permanent mark, so then you get more careful with the marks you're making, you're not scribbling, because I've got really messy sketches. That just makes you a little bit more kind of thoughtful where you put your marks. And basically you kind of get more minimalist, if that makes sense. But no, you can definitely use a pencil sketch. There's nothing stopping you doing that. If anyone tells you not to do that, ignore them, because they're wrong. Another one I see is, does it have to be black and white? Can I use coloured ink? Or can I colour it in after I'm done? Of course you can. We're still using ink. I think basically what you should be doing for Inktober is the emphasis should be on the line art. And that's it. That's all it is, just doing the lines. That doesn't mean you can't do more. One thing you may find is that you just don't have time to colour everything in. So obviously rendering takes a while. And another thing is a lot of people like skipping the important drawing stages to skip to the colouring bit, which is fun. And this makes you slow down and be a bit more thoughtful with ink, which is not what I'm doing right now. I'm sorry I keep roaching over I've got a little jar of ink here. I'm using Winsor Newton drawing ink, and I can't remember what the nib is. I'm using the Speedball dip pen, and that comes with some nice nibs. I've just got a bunch that I've bought at different sets, and I just chucked them all into this tin. I don't know what brands they are now. Some of them have them written on it, but they're on this base here. So I can't see what this one is at the minute. But I'll play out and getting covered in ink. So yes, you can colour in, and yes, you can use coloured ink. I've seen some people using exclusive. They've done just like line art like this, but all in coloured ink. And it looks really nice. Some artists have said they prefer the black and white. If you see an artist say this, you do not have to follow what they said. That is just their preference. I think the black and white art looks nice, but I also like the coloured art. But it's not up to them what you draw, it's what you want to do. So use an ink. Use whatever colour you like. As long as it's ink, it doesn't matter. I've also seen people asking what materials you can use. You do not have to use a dip pen and a pot of ink, like, you know, a little old Victorian lady like me, you can use fine liners, which I've used. Oops, I forgot what the camera was. So like those, or big micron pens. You can use, let's see, just come on my desk, isn't it? A brush and ink. Or you can use a ballpoint pen, or something like a pencil brush pen, which is got the cartridge of ink inside the brush. I've used all of those for Inktober. I used all of them in my last one, actually, if you want to go look at that video. I did consider for this video flicking through, but that would literally be flicking through that block all over again, so if you want to see examples, yeah, just watch, I know I'm self-promoting, just watch that video, because I did use all these different materials for my Inktober. Another contentious one that came up this year was, can you draw digitally? And the answer to that is yes, of course you can. So if you don't know what happened, someone asked on Twitter or social media, can I use ink? Can I use a digital medium? And Jake Parker responded, so it was on the official Inktober page. I can't remember exactly what he put. I think he put his opinion. It was, yes, of course you can, but I feel like digital artists are missing out because they've got the undo button, basically. That was, and that's what kind of made a lot of people feel insulted. And yes, digital artists are they can be quite sensitive about this whole, well, you've got the Control-Z, and real art doesn't use Control-Z, and I completely sympathise, because you hear it all the time in art class, and just those people don't know what they're talking about. So I understood his opinion. I knew exactly where he was coming from, because yes, traditional ink is very different from digital inking. But I don't agree that it's easier. But I think his point was not to rely on those crutches, because you can sometimes use the erase and the undo button as a crutch. Some people do, but you don't, not necessarily, and you can stop yourself doing that. But then there's a bunch of like stupid things people do with digital art. There's a bunch of stupid habits people have with traditional art. So I think, yeah, I mean, most comic artists, or a lot of comic artists, some of them traditionally ink their pencils. A lot of them do their pencils with real pencil, and then some of them will do traditional inking and then scan it in. A lot of them will scan in the pencils and then ink in Photoshop and then colour underneath that. And it's a very similar principle. I just basically don't try to rely less on Control-Z. Basically, I think would be the idea for Inktober. But you can certainly recreate the aesthetic. It's just, digital art is just different. It's not easier. It's not wrong. It's just different. I think that was Jake's point. That was literally what I was trying to say is, yes you can, it's just not the same. And he's totally right. But obviously you can still use it. I mean, if you go on the Inktober website, I mean, he's affiliated with Autodesk Sketchbook, which is something you use digitally. It's a digital art program. So he's clearly not banned it. And the other thing is, even if he says, please don't use digital art or hashtag it, even if you hashtag that Inktober, Jake Parker is not going to like crash through your window and hit you with a paintbrush, you know? Well, they'd really hurt if he hit you with a paintbrush, but you know. He's not going to stop you. He didn't say he was going to, I think he said, I'm not going to stop anyone doing it. He made it pretty clear he wasn't going to. And that's the thing, no one can stop you doing what you want. And don't worry about people judging you or this and that and the other. Yeah, just every so often in the art community there's a bit of drama of, oh, well, you shouldn't do it like this, and it's art. As much as I hate the kind of modern avant-garde art, you can do what you want, and it is subjective, and it's totally up to you how you draw and what you draw. So, and just have fun with it. All this is just practicing getting better at lines, and showing people, and sharing, and everyone doing it together and having fun. That's the idea. If it wasn't about having fun, it would be drawing in your book. Do not show anybody. Yeah. So I think people just get a little bit too up in arms about stuff. Oh, the other thing, the reason it got so controversial is a lot of people took it upon themselves to get upset with the, well, you're excluding disabled people by saying we can't do digital ink, which he didn't say. He didn't say you couldn't do it at all. He said, I think you're missing out a little bit. If you're disabled, obviously you're the exception to the rule, and you do whatever is most comfortable for you. If you physically cannot use traditional ink, because some people can't, it can be quite hard on your body to sit at a desk, especially if you've got something that causes chronic pain. So I know where they're coming from. I know why they can't do it, but you are the exception. You do whatever suits you, and even if you're not disabled and you want to do digital inking, go ahead. It's basically just all you need to do is just do it every day, if you can, and work to improve. That's it, because a lot of people draw very casually and they're not taking it seriously, and then they never get better. And the point of this challenge is to be a challenge. I feel a bit like I'm rambling, but hopefully you're still with me. Yeah, the point is just to get better at lines. I think the other thing is Inktober is a time for, obviously not for the people who can't physically use ink, but if you don't usually use ink and but you want to join in, then break out of your comfort zone. And like I said, all you have to do is use just a cheap pen if you want to join in. That's it. And just, yeah, it's time to start using, because that's what I used Inktober before. It was just a time for me to try a new medium. Or use a medium that I was a bit, because I was intimidated to use, because ink can be quite intimidating, and that was kind of Jake Parker's point of, it's not a very forgiving medium. If you make a mistake, you cannot erase it. And that is exactly what he was saying. So it can be a bit nerve-wracking, and especially with things like dip pens and things, people can be a bit nervous of using them. But then there's people who use these kind of things all the time and they don't find it difficult and they don't find it a challenge. I mean, I can imagine a lot of, in fact I think most of the comic artists I follow do not find this a challenge in the slightest, because this is their job. But they still find it fun anyway. So to summarise, no, you can use whatever medium you like. It doesn't have to be in colour, but it can be, depending how much time you have. And you can draw as little or as much as you like, although if you do the bare minimum you're not really engaging in the challenge, so try and draw as much as possible when you can, when you've got time. And just have fun with it, guys. I think I've covered everything. Ooh, comment in the descriptions if are you taking part in Inktober? Are you following the prompts? What are you doing? What are you going to use? And I will post in the well, actually I haven't quite decided, but I'll be using a dip pen and stuff for mine. If you'd like to watch me do my project, obviously just all you have to do is just follow me on social media, on my Facebook or on my Instagram. And hopefully maybe I'll try and get a video out about this soon. So thanks for watching. I'm going to switch to time-lapse now and I'll finish this in silence. You guys have been great.